what are the options that a company has in terms of a rollout of IFS, cloud, right?
Yeah, when it comes to training, I mean, there's the lowest end option, which is do nothing, which surprisingly we've actually seen people that go that route, and they think, oh well, it's an intuitive application, people will figure it out, right? Or oh well, we're just going to go live in a small market, and then we'll get some experts there, and then we'll leverage those experts to do the next wave. Um, and those are, you know, low prescriptions, I would say. They don't hit the mark, but they're cheap, all right. And so from you know checking a box standpoint, people sometimes will go that route. Then there's what we most often see, which is a recorded PowerPoint presentation that is maybe role focused, maybe not role focused, which is not engaging. It's not measurable, but it checks the box, right? And it's fairly low cost, depending on how much production value you put into that. Then there's in-person training, right? In-person training is very effective if it is given the time and the resources and the skill of a teacher that's not a software engineer, right? All those things can play into it, but it's also very expensive and it's hard to scale that up. If you have 10,000 technicians in 10 different countries, right? Organizing a meaningful, engaging in-person training is almost impossible without an army of people, right? And that army of people needs to be trained as well. So, really you're getting to that point of, yes, it sounds good, and yes, it can be effective, but it's a lot of time, it's a lot of money, and it's not repeatable because after you go through all that effort of doing your in-person trainings, people are going to quit, you're going to have new people start, and you're going to upgrade the application, right? So if you don't create a system that is, scalable and can be updated and can be pushed out on demand, then while you may have done a great job on the implementation training, you spent a ton of money, and now you don't have much to go with except for maybe you have a few experts that can help the new guys start, right? Which again, is not super scalable. And that's where we've seen in the past, you get bad information, and that bad information gets repeated and then taught, and now there's a whole generation of people with the wrong information, right? And so that's some of the downfalls that we've seen with some of the in-person training or train the trainer, as we've done before, is that you're really relying on those people to take the body of that message and keep it consistent. Then what we feel like is the best option is the e-learning, with, in some cases, some in-person training to complement that.
Yes.
So, and that really gives you the best of both worlds because you have a product that you can then scale with. If you do decide to do in-person training, you're getting those key stakeholders or internal experts enabled, so that you do have a bit of a backup to that e-learning. But the core of it is based on a process or a training system that is going to be scalable. You're going to keep the message. You're going to ensure that everybody who goes through that process is getting a consistent message, and it's measurable. You can see how well people understand it, and you can set targets.